My name, Edmond Yakani, Executive Director of CEPO. I would like to take this opportunity to strongly appreciate the leadership of UNMISS with its various units, naming some of them like Political Affairs, Civil Affairs, Human Rights Division, Gender Desk, and others, working together with other UN agencies like UNESCO on matters of open civic and political space across the country. We have witnessed last week 2 days meeting on matters of open civic and political space, which end up by adopting a national declaration on matters of open civic and political space with the commitment of the government of South Sudan, commitment of political parties, commitment of civil society, and commitment of the media. This is a progressive and encouraging, proactive engagement in nurturing culture for democratic transformation in the Republic of South Sudan at a moment where the country is undergoing political transitional process. We would like to appreciate the effort of UNMISS and other UN agencies working together with our government on matters of open civic and political space. As one of the stakeholders, as a civil society, we would like to convey our message that year 2025 should be a year of open civic and political space. We need to register limited or even zero incidents of restriction of civic and political space. We are aware that the end of year 2024 have witnessed a progressive action on respecting civic and political space in unrestricted manner. And among the positive action was the release of detainees by the new leadership of National Security Service, where 16 of them were released because of unlawful acts. And we have seen release of some activists like Mapior Morris who have undergone long detention by the new leadership of the national security. Though we are aware that towards the end of also this year, 2024, the editor-in-chief of Dawn newspaper, our brother Emmanuel, is being detained. Where he's about is not known, and his detention is unlawfully. And with respect, we are raising our voice loudly that those behind his detention should either free him if he's not in conflict with the law, and once he is in conflict with the law, he should be brought to court of law and face the court of law in due legal process. But otherwise, as a civil society, under our civic space watch, we would like to appreciate UNMISS and other UN agencies and our government authorities for collaborating in putting efforts to ensure that the country observe open civic and political space. So as a civil society, next year we will be running what is called a national ranking of civic and political space on quarterly basis at national level and state level. And we work with our fellow colleagues, civil society, media, political parties, so that we do our own voluntary ranking of where are we with the implementation of the declaration on open civic and political space. And we'll do this in collaboration with our relevant government institutions, so that when we have regional or global ranking of South Sudan status in respecting open civic and political space, our domestic ranking will provide facts to institutions that take responsibility of ranking either at regional or international level the status of countries' commitment towards open civic and political space. We are aware that our country is now a state party to UN Convention on Civil and Political Rights, economic, social, and cultural rights, including the rights of persons with disability, and among others. That's why now, as civil society, proactively, with the spirit of also respecting the UN Universal Human Rights Periodic Report, or what is known as UPR recommendations, we want to work in collaboration with our government and UN agencies to ensure South Sudan witness unrestricted civic and political space. And our message to the authority that now any violation of civic political spaces, we will use references of the adopted National Declaration on Open and Civic Space in Juba, and this declaration will be applied across the country. And this declaration offers an opportunity to assess the commitment of our various state institutions in observing open civic and political space within the spirit of the country undergoing transitional process, where we're expecting holding of elections, where we're expecting constitutional making process, engagement on transitional justice, and we expect more transitional activities to take place, which require an open civic and political space where we can express ourselves freely, we can move, associate, assembly, and demand access to accurate information and provide accurate information responsibly. Thank you very much.